guys, it's Reagan, and today we're going to be talking about Beauty and the Beast. So, Beauty and the Beast just released another trailer, and so today I'm doing a Beauty and the Beast trailer breakdown. So basically, this is just because I'm like the biggest Beauty and the Beast fan around. Well, I'm probably not, but you know, I'm a pretty big fan, okay? I watched it every day when I was younger. I've been watching it every day recently. And I just love it, and I took some notes. This is a lot of notes, so you know, I've been going through it. I took some notes from the trailer, and I also know I'm going to give you some casting stuff, because since we have this trailer, and it's actually a real trailer instead of the teaser, you learn a lot more, and there's just so much more to go off of. So, let's get started. So my first thing to say is that I realized when I was watching Cinderella, the live action version, I realized that the thing about Disney's live actions is they can't be a remake of the animations because animated version, because it just won't work like that. That would be boring. It would, of course, that's kind of what I was like critiquing, like the trailer and stuff on. Is oh my god, that's not what she had. That's not what she was wearing. Da, da, da. You know, but you can't. It's not a remake, it's like a reimagining. So that's what you kind of have to think about whenever they do a live action, and they just bring something more and new to the table that's interesting and a different take, almost, not too much variation, but a different take almost on your favorite stories. So, that's just kind of something you need to keep in mind if you're a big Beauty and the Beast fan like me, and just to help yourself not be too overcritical. So the first thing I want to say is that, and Beauty and the Beast, like, I just noticed in watching interviews and things like that, Dan Stevens, he said that Beast, there's gonna be more backstory to Beast. You are gonna find out a little bit why he's so selfish, and it's not just because he didn't accept the rose to have the Enchantress have shelter. No, he has a lot of characteristics that we didn't see, and we're gonna explore further through this movie, because there's going to be more backstory through when Beast was younger and his parents and stuff like that, which is cool. And if you look on IMDb, you will see there is an actor listed for the king. So they have a bigger role, whereas parents have no role in all of the first animated classic. Also, another thing I want to say just in the beginning of the trailer that you notice is that in the beginning, Maurice gets caught. He's getting a rose from Beast's garden, which is part of the original fairy tale. In the animated classic, they have him go into the castle, him sit in the master's chair. Oh no, don't sit in the master's chair. You know, the Cogsworth famous lines. So, you know, it's different, and I think that's going to be interesting if they use more of the original fairy tales concepts coming in, so that's neat. Also, I noticed right off the bat is Philippe is a white horse. He's a white stallion, which I'm not hating on. I'm just noticing that, pointing out a fact. So that's kind of neat, and he's not the warm caramel brown color we see him in the original. So that's neat. Also, in the whole trailer, you see more costume changes for Belle, which she had a lot in the original fairy tale, but you had different variations. Originally, when I saw the pictures from Entertainment Weekly, I think, when I saw that, I was kind of scared, because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm changing everything! And I was like super scared. But it's okay, because it kind of makes sense. There's points where she's with the blue dress, and it's not the same exactly as the animated classic, but then again, it's reimagining, not a remake. So, she has like a cardigan, she has her hair in a bun with a pink sash, she has just different variations of that outfit, which is fine, totally. She wears boots too, which is new, combat boots basically, and it's kind of neat that you kind of see her wearing different footwear than her classic flats, and it just makes the character just have more depth, I think, and it just makes it more realistic, which is fine for me. Also, you can see, just from this little bit, you see that she does wear this pink dress, which I think is going to be like her something there with the red cape. That'll be nice for that, so I hope that is in it, because I do really like There's Something There, that song. You also don't see her in the green dress when she goes in the library, which is the exact same as the Something There dress, except green. You see her in a nice pretty white dress with roses embellished on the bodice. That's all I've seen. That's nice. I really actually like that. So, it's kind of interesting. Some of the costume changes I like. Some of them I'm not as fond of. Like the yellow dress so far, her classic ballroom gown that every kid knows. I'm not so sure about yet, because when I saw the Cinderella trailers, I'm like, oh my gosh, that dress is so pretty, you know. But with Belle, I don't know. I mean, you could see layers in that dress when she twirls around and stuff, but I just, since it's never really like still and you never really see it, and in the pictures I was kind of like, that just looks kind of, I don't know, it just looked a little cheap for me. But that's not my final opinion. It will have to see it in the movie, so it might be different. And at the end, what I did like, which is new, is instead of wearing her blue dress again when she comes to tell the Beast, like, when he's fighting Gaston to, like, no, I love you, and then transformation scene at the very end, she's actually wearing an all-white dress with, like, a white bodice, and it's just all white. It's really gorgeous, actually. I really like it. So I think that's going to be interesting. And it's just little costume changes. Again, maybe I overanalyze the trailer. You know how it is. I don't know. I'm just kind of like crazy. So then also, the scenes that you get in this that you've already seen from the trailer that will be in the live action version that are in the animated classic is you get the come into the light scene, you get the Beast fighting the wolf scene, there's allusions to the West Wing scene. There's obviously, as I talked about, the library scene where Beast is like, it's all yours, and it's the library, and she's like, that's nice, so I like that because Belle's bookworm, and that's great. Also, you get the rooftop fight, which we've already kind of alluded to. The grand ballroom scene where they sing Beauty and the Beast obviously is going to be in there. And I think maybe something there. Oh, and also, when I was talking about, there is a split second, where you see Belle on a hill, kind of just like standing there, like just like this, and she's with a cardigan and a blue dress, and I think there's going to be something there, or not something there, I Want to Venture in the Great White Somewhere, which is the Belle reprise, so if they have a reprise, then they probably will have the original, so there's probably going to be the song Belle in there, which would be great. Also, you know they're going to have Beauty and the Beast be our guest, and like I said before, something there. But they are going to add new songs to it. Of course, Disney does probably want to get an Oscar by adding a new original song, which is great. I mean, I love all the songs anyway. So it will be different than like as Cinderella was, where it was less of a musical. And the animated version was less of a musical, but in the live action, there was less songs as opposed to more. So that's interesting, with that. Also, you see a little bit of people dancing in the ballroom, so that's something that's new, unless it's like at the end, but I think it might be part of the backstory, at least, for the Beast, because you don't see any of the title characters in there, and so there might be more of the backstory, and that's why there's people dancing in the ballroom, and I was kind of like, what? Or it might be a vision to, like, Human again, where they, like, have a montage of them being, like, human and stuff like that. So I'm not sure about that yet. Of course, I'm not going to go until later on, and maybe another trailer will tell me that. But also, just some things that you will have the magic mirror, which is something I was looking for. And also, I forgot to mention the thing that will be there is Fight the Beast will be in there. And it looks like it's in the town square, as opposed to it was kind of like right outside Belle's cottage. So that's interesting. So that's something that you don't see in the movie. You don't see Belle's cottage. You see that little part when they light a wagon on fire. That's the only part you see of the town square. So we haven't got something of the beginning, the opening song, the opening song Belle yet. So that's interesting. So now let's talk about the cast. So we have Emma Watson obviously as Belle. She was reminding in all the Harry Potter movies, so it's gonna be great. I think she'll be pretty good. I have trust in her. I don't know. My standards are really high for her, but I think she can deliver, so I'm excited to see that. We also had Dan Stevens as the Beast, and a lot of people don't know who Dan Stevens is, but he was actually in Downton Abbey. He was Matthew Crawley in Downton Abbey, and it's kind of funny to me that, like, there's another Downton Abbey character in the Disney movies, because obviously Cinderella was Lily James, who was also in Downton Abbey, and then a stepsister was also Downton Abbey. There's so many people that are in Downton Abbey that it's just crazy. Disney loves Downton Abbey, so too bad it's off the air now, because then I would just try to get in Downton Abbey to be part of these Disney live-action movies. Anyway, next you have Luke Evans, who is Gaston, and he's great. He was in The Hobbit. He was like the main, actually like just a man in there. He was like an archer. who tried to take down Smog. If you watch that, you'll know who I'm talking about. He's pretty great. He has family, you know, whatever. And then you also had Josh Gad, who is the voice of Olaf, and he's going to be playing LeFou, which is maybe just too perfect casting. That was just, when I heard that Josh Gad was playing LeFou, I was like, makes sense, makes sense. So I'm looking forward to his performance. You have Ewan McGregor, who was Obi-Wan Kenobi in the prequels, which is great because a lot of people liked him in the prequels as Obi-Wan. That's my favorite part of the prequels is actually Obi-Wan. So I'm really excited for him to be Lumiere, but I am a little scared because he needs to pull off a French accent and he has such big shoes to fill. It is harder, I think, for like Cogsworth, Lumiere, and Mrs. Potts since they're great actors, you know, but they can't use their face because it's all voices for the most part, so that'll be interesting. Then you have Stanley Tucci, who, new character, is Kanzinda. I'm probably saying that wrong, but whatever, I have a sore throat, so my pronunciation is like, it's terrible. So he's going to be the grand piano, and he's supposed to be a neurotic grand piano, so that's going to be an interesting character that I'm excited to see because I love Stanley Tucci, obviously, and he was in a lot of great things like the Hunger Games and all that stuff. So I'm excited for that. And then, but the weird thing is this kind of reminds me of Forte. Have you guys ever watched Bells and Chains of Christmas? I lived by that movie for a while. It's not the great sequel. It's not, it's okay. But that's where you get Belle's Christmas dress. So that's why she's the only princess with Christmas dress, because of that weird movie. But Forte was a evil organ, which sounds kind of crazy, doesn't it? He was an evil organ. So, I don't know. He's kind of neurotic, and who's the villain? So if you watch Bells and Chains at Christmas this holiday season, might as well, right? You can buy it at Target or whatever. Then just, I don't know. That just reminded me of Forte. So then you also have Emma Thomas as, she's going to be Mrs. Potts, which is great. Because the last movie we've seen her in for Disney is Saving Mr. Banks. That'll be neat. And then you have Ian McKellen. And he was Gandalf, Magneto, he's Cogsworth now. It's going to be magical, and I love his voice. That was great. Even in the trailer, I'm like, you go, Ian, you go. So yeah, it's great. I love the cast. It's pretty good. I'm really excited to see how this movie goes as it progresses, the Disney live-action movie. And yeah, everyone probably thinks I'm a nerd because I just broke down this whole entire trailer like a lot of people do for all the comic books and stuff like that. But you know, I just knew that Beauty and the Beast is best. It's my favorite Disney movie of all time, so I'm really excited to see it in a live action format. And I don't know, I'm just pretty excited. As you can see just from around my room, I just love Beauty and the Beast. So I'm gonna end this video now, and I'm gonna go watch the original anime classic again. And bye guys, thanks for watching, and please subscribe so you can get more video updates. Like I'm probably going to do a breakdown and just explain theories and all that stuff about Rogue One next, and just do stuff like that because Rogue One is coming out soon. So bye guys.